Today on Make Shape Create, we're making an outdoor toy box with a roll top. A few weeks ago, our friend Jason contacted us with a really cool idea. He wants an outdoor toy box. He also wants it to have a roll top, just like the desk does. So today we're going to start working on that. Unlike the roll top desk, where we made most of it out of plywood with the exception of the slats, we're going to make all of this out of pressure treated pine boards. Going to be a lot of cutting, a lot of gluing. Right now we got to take some 8-foot boards, cut them in half. So let's get to cutting. Got our boards cut down. Just need to glue these panels up. Alright, all the panels are glued up. Gotta let this sit for a while, unfortunately. Because it's pressure treated wood, the tape on needs like 24 hours to cure. So, a lot of waiting. But once these cure up, we can get moving. So, see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so this is the next day, and this didn't work. Just to give you guys an example of what I mean by this didn't work, this has been in the clamps for over 24 hours. I've even added more glue to it as I went, and yeah. As soon as I take off the clamps, like half of it just pops off. And as anyone who's used wood glue knows, I shouldn't be able to just do that. So this didn't work at all. So, yep, we're gonna continue getting this cleaned up and move on to plan B. All right, so here's plan B. Originally, we were just going to glue all the pieces up to make one panel. This time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make individual boxes and then glue all of them together. Maybe not to each other. I think we're actually gonna put boards on the insides to attach them all together, and then using glue and screws, attach them all together to make one big thing that will eventually look like this. Using the bandsaw to cut finger joints is not ideal, but we don't have a table saw, don't have a jig for this. This is the only way I've ever done it. So, to attempt to cut 3 of these at once. Okay, we got all our finger joints notched out from the bandsaw. So now, using a 1-inch chisel to knock these all out. Hopefully this works, goes relatively quickly. Alright, we're done with all the finger joints. They're all cut. We just have to glue this all up. Finally! How long did this take us, Jess? About an hour and a half?
Forever.
We finally got this as straight as we can get it. It's not perfect, but I already knew I was going to have to fill it, just like I did the bingo box. So that's okay. We've reinforced the joints, put our strap clamp on. Once tomorrow morning comes, after I've had a couple beers and cooled down a little bit, we'll start filling this in, which will help reinforce these joints. More glue, more wood, stuff like that. While I was cutting, I was smart and saved a whole bunch of wood shavings. For tonight, we're done. We'll see you guys in the morning.
See ya.
Okay, this set up overnight and did a much better job of gluing and stuff like that. I'm gonna take it out of the clamps, start filling in these seams. All right, so we're gonna make our own wood filler using the sawdust from this pressure treated wood. horrible right now, but that's okay because once this all sets up, we will be doing lots and lots of sanding. So off camera, we went ahead and took a 2x12 and cut it down to size. We're going to use this to make the top for the roll top. So we're going to go ahead and start gluing this up in the orientation we need to do that. Our first panel's glued up. We're getting ready to do the second one, but the problem is we only have 2 of these clamps. So we got made a jig. I put some tape down on the workbench because I'd rather glue the panels to the blue tape than to the workbench. I think we finally got this one clamped down and tight enough that it shouldn't go anywhere. It should work. Yes, I know we've tried doing this before with the new boards, but the difference is this has already been tried out. So it should theoretically glue up better, and I'm gluing a cut edge. Fingers crossed. Right, our side pieces are glued up overnight. Unlike when we did the roll top desk, we have a router now. So we're gonna try to route out our track. Keep in mind, this is the second time I've used the router, so I make no promises. Fingers crossed. When we were routing out the very last part, a big chunk blew out. Now I've squared it off as much as I could. Okay, so I think when I do that, I'm gonna take a chunk of what's left over and cut out kind of like a plug, and then we can glue that in and fill it as need be. As a proof of concept, we cut this using the circular saw just to kind of get some straight angles. Unfortunately, it's not thick enough to cut through both of these at once. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to do this side. Show you how I did it. Unscrew this, take this bottom piece over to the bandsaw, cut it out, straighten out this back edge right here. Sides are done, back's cut. When we connect these, we're going to do it with just butt jointed. I was trying to figure out a way to hide the screw. Luckily, last night on Twitter, at John Keith Jones asked Jimmy DeResta about a technique. We're going to show you that now because it looks like it'll work perfectly for what we want to do. So we just use a chisel to score up a little bit of the wood, curl it up, screw and glue underneath of it, and then connect it that way. Well, I kind of broke them, but that's okay. They should still work. Just gotta glue them down flat when I do it. So we are about to start. I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see what I'm talking about. We're about to apply glue to this edge and this edge, and then screw them in from the other side, clamp it all up. Bob's your uncle. Okay, back's all clamped in and glued up, but apparently this backboard is just a little bit crooked because, yeah. So I'm gonna figure out how to fix that. While we wait for that to dry, we're gonna go ahead and start on the slats for the roll top. This time we got these. I'm not sure exactly what these are used for, but they're about 3/4 of an inch by 1.5 inches. These are gonna work perfect for the timbers for the roll top. So all we have to do is cut these down to size. So unlike last time we did the timbers, we used the circular saw, took a couple passes, and then went over it with the chisel. That made our indents to go on the track. This time, we're gonna use bandsaw. I just tested it out on this one. It seemed to work a lot easier. All the timbers are cut. Just need to take them all back back out. We're gonna use some leftover vinyl we had for the fancy stole. Use that to tag them all together versus canvas, seeing how this is going to be living outside. So everything I've read says that you have to wait like 3 months for pressure treated wood to dry out before you can finish it or anything like that. But there's always a way. So I contacted Jimmy DeRusta, and he said, and I'll put the thing right here, that just do a test. And he's never waited. So we did a test. My buddy wanted the cypress, but I went ahead and tasted the golden pecan and the red mahogany. Let these dry overnight and we'll see how they do tomorrow. Okay? Okay, so today we're gonna work on putting in the bottom of the chest and trimming down the top. And if we can get those done, hopefully we can get them connected. But right now, let's use some pocket holes to connect this bottom. Because of the width, we have to notch out a little part from the end down there and mark along here and mark right there. So now we have 2 lines, cut them out on the bandsaw. This will fit right in place. All right, let's see what we did. Fit in down there. Oh, it's nice and tight. Oh, look at that, nice and tight, like a glove. Add some glue, pocket screws. I'm done with this. All right, bottom's all done. All right, so off camera, we went ahead and added the rail to this. That way we have something to attach the top to. And we also added a couple more boards to the back of this. We're about ready to straighten this up. Only problem was this was the only ruler I had long enough. And I had to screw it in because I didn't have anything to clamp to on this side. So, hopefully this works. All right, that's all done. We're gonna attempt to test fit. It's that time. Sanding's done on all the pieces. Time to start staining. Everything's stained. I got everything outside now because it'll dry faster outside in the heat because it's like 90 some degrees today. Once all this is dry, we can start lacquering. Well, it looks like the plan worked. These are all dry. Time to start lacquering. Okay, everything's dry. One thing we gotta do that we did not show when we did the Rolltop desk is we're gonna add some paste wax to the sides of this and to the track on the top, and that'll help it slide a little bit once it's installed. So let's do that, and then just a matter of putting this stuff together and delivering it. Alright guys, super happy with how this turned out. A lot of fun doing this. Hopefully my friend will like it. If you guys want to see more videos like this, we have plenty of them for you to choose from. Comment down below if you had any suggestions or anything you'd like to see us do in the future. Please consider subscribing and maybe hitting that bell so you don't miss any of our videos. And we will be back next week with a brand new video. Till then, see you guys.